Welcome back to the Irish Bandit channel, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. I, as always, am your host, the one, the only, the second Irish Bandit. This time around on the channel, I'm going to be looking at a brand new series that came on Netflix just recently from the twisted minds that brought you Big Mouth Comes Human Resources. This is the spin-off to Big Mouth, whereas Big Mouth was looking more at the kids within the series. Human Resources is taking a look at the monsters behind everything, what drives our emotions. Think of it as an R-rated Inside Out, I guess, for tailoring it back to my last video, but whatever. I'm going to be looking at a few key factors. We're going to be looking at story, we're going to be looking at characters, animation, and just my overall thoughts of the series. So let's start out with the story. So the overall story of Human Resources centers on Emmy, a love bug, who is just figuring her way out right now through everything with her life, with her work. She's kind of a bit of a slacker and a bit of a what's the best way to put it in PG terms? She sleeps around a lot with a lot of different people, different monsters. She's currently involved with an addiction angel named Dante, who's voiced by Hugh Jackman. Yeah, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. That blew my mind when I found out that fact. But she works with a whole bunch of different monsters, including Maury and Connie from Big Mouth, who we previously saw. The Shame Wizard as well. He has a big role in this show. And some other new monsters that we meet. Well, we met Walter the Love Bug in a previous season of Big Mouth, or in the previous season of Big Mouth. But we meet a whole bunch of new monsters like the Ambition Gremlin and the Logic Rock. Just a whole bunch of these characters just bring a great feel to this show because it rounds everything out. You just don't have the hormone monster. Oh yeah, we also have Tito, the anxiety mosquito. We also have Depression Kitty returning as well. So a lot of familiar faces from previous seasons of Big Mouth, a lot of new faces who we might see pop up in the next few seasons of Big Mouth, because I'm expecting there to be a lot of crossover from what happened at the end of Human Resources to bleed into the next season of Big Mouth. And I think there's only like maybe one or two seasons left of Big Mouth. I'm not sure. I think Nick Kroll said it is coming to an end very soon. That way more focus can be on Human Resources. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But I do think there's going to be a lot of crossover from the one series to the next, because I think a lot of what happened at the end of season one is going to come into effect with the next season of Big Mouth. Because I'm not going to get too spoilery here, but something happens at the end of the season where I think that would just blend brilliantly with everything that happens in the next season of Big Mouth. But as far as the characters go, I thought they were very well developed, very well done, especially Emmy, who you really start to feel for. There are times where you are like, oh my gosh, she's just a horrible character, and other times you just feel for her, I find in my experience watching the show. And then you just have all these other great characters that she plays off of, including her human, who is a brand new mother. And you just see all the pitfalls that she goes through as a new mother with all these conflicting emotions in her, including, logic, love, hormones, because Connie is one of her main monsters as well. And I just think it does a really good job portraying all of these, and it humanizes the characters as well, which is really great, and which is something I really love, because we don't really get a lot of that in Big Mouth. It's mainly focused on the kids, not really focused on the monsters. But with Human Resources, we get the monster side of things, and so that's something that I really, really enjoyed about the show. Kind of leaning more into this as well, talk a little bit more about the characters as well. So I said in the previous segment how much I like the characters, and I think that still rings true. I think there are a lot of good characters that they brought to this show, including Emmy, Pete the Logic Rock. I can't remember her name, but the Ambition Gremlin, voiced by Rosie Perez. There's a name I haven't thought of in years. Well, she was also in Birds of Prey recently as well. Again, I haven't thought about Rosie Perez in years, but whatever. I think she does a great job as the Ambition Gremlin. And then just the returning characters as well, with the Shame Wizard, Maury, Connie, Tito. I really didn't think that we'd be seeing Connie and Maury a lot in the series, and they were in every episode. Like, that's not a slight against the show at all. Because I know Big Mouth is Maury's show, but to have him pop up, I thought he'd be popping up like every couple episodes, not in every episode. But I think that was really, it's really nice to have them around as well. We also meet Dante, the addiction angel, and he's kind of a, I don't know how to feel about him yet. Like, I mean, on one hand, he's voiced by Hugh Jackman, which, you know, I'm a huge fan of his, but I don't know how to feel about this character. Just the way he used Emmy throughout the series just kind of left a bad taste in my mouth a little bit. But I feel he's well voiced. Don't get me wrong; they did a great job with casting Hugh Jackman. And again, with addition of the characters, everyone that they picked for the voices as well just did a great job. Of course, Nick Kroll and Maya Rudolph returning as Maury and Connie. Can't go wrong there. Like I said, Rosie Perez as the Ambition Gremlin, and everyone else that they had picked. Because forgive me, but I don't know the names of the people who they got to cast to voice act everyone. But they did just a fantastic job. Like, I know it can't all be Nick Kroll, even though he does Maury, and Nick in Big Mouth, and Rick the oh yeah, Rick also shows up, which is hilarious because I freaking love Rick. He's amazing, just so funny. That's not my best Rick. I can do better, but I can definitely do a better Maury. Nick, if you ever want to give me a shot. No. But I thought the characters were just so well done, well voiced, and brought a humanity to each character that you really, really didn't see in Big Mouth. Another big thing that I really loved about the series was the animation. It's a much like Big Mouth, so let's talk about that. Much like Big Mouth, I really enjoyed the animation of Human Resources, even though it's pretty much the same. All the hormone monsters stayed the same, including Maury, Connie, Gavin, Rick, even some new hormone monsters that popped up along the way as well. Uh, there weren't real, well, I don't want to say there weren't many humans. There were a lot of humans, but I think whereas Big Mouth was more about the humans and this is more about the monsters, it's only fair we see more monsters than we do more humans. But again, the humans were designed really well as well. Same with Big Mouth. And yeah, the animation just worked for me. I absolutely loved looking at it. It was pleasant to look at, even through unpleasant moments. Oh yeah, and Mona returned as well for this as well. The things I think about later on in scenes, but whatever. But yeah, everything was pleasant to look at, even during the most unpleasant parts. There's one character that I didn't like, but because it was a gigantic spider. But I hate spiders, so. But what happened to him was unfortunate. But either way. But yeah, the animation was great to look at. Overall, I enjoyed Human Resources. I don't think it was as funny as Big Mouth, but it still had its humorous moments. It had me laughing more often than not. Will I give a second season a shot? Absolutely. I loved well, I didn't love the first season, but I liked the first season enough that, yeah, second season comes around, I'm definitely going to watch. Hopefully, again, this kind of does a flow where we go from Big Mouth to Human Resources, back to Big Mouth, back to season 2 of Human Resources. So it's just a continuing story throughout. Like I said, I'd love to see them carry over some stories from season 1 of Human Resources into the next season of Big Mouth, but we'll have to wait and see what happens when that comes out. So yeah, definitely, if you like Big Mouth, I say give this a shot. If you didn't like Big Mouth, you're probably not going to like this series either. But you never know. I like my comedy a little on the raunchy side myself, but that's just me. You may not dig it, and if you don't, probably not the show for you. But I say that it's a definite watch in my book, so I can't wait to see what they do for season 2. But what did you think of Human Resources? Let me know in the comment section down below. I'd really love to hear. While you're down there, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, in the description, you're going to see a link to all of my social media, be it Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, or my Redbubble store where you can pick up all your Irish Bandit merchandise. Whatever you want is at the Redbubble shop. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. And if you're already subscribed, tap the bell and you'll be notified whenever a brand new video goes live. Thursday, I will be back with another DDLC mod review, this time looking at the Monica After Story mod. And then next Tuesday, I'll be right back here announcing a brand new monthly long-form series coming to the channel. I'm hoping about August, but we'll see how research and writing goes, because I am planning on writing out this series as well, because most of my stuff is done on the fly, but we'll get into that another time. So join me Tuesday for the announcement of the new series coming very, very soon. Until then, guys, hope you have a great week, and I'll be back Thursday with another great video. Until then, talk to you next time.